Okay, so this vision. Yes, sir, you can. My little dude. It's pretty awesome. He's 3 years old. He's brilliant. Just a sharp kid, man. Just grateful to be his mom. It's amazing. Okay, so this vision is really quick. It's really not that long. Cyan is the longest. The Tsunami one took 5 minutes because I kind of elaborate a little bit. But this one was pretty quick. It's I saw 3 Earths, a little Earth, medium-sized Earth, and then a large Earth. Okay, I know it's crazy. They kept going in and out of each other. They're like going in and out, in and out, in and out. And that was it of the vision. Just 3 Earths, 3 different sized Earths going in and out of each other. Like, I was like, okay, God, what does that mean? And the Lord told me that um, everybody, um, that there's 3 Earths. The heart is an Earth. The heart is like an Earth. Your body is like an Earth. And of course, planet Earth is an Earth. So anyway, all 3 Earths, they function, seed, time, and harvest. And they're designed to be conquered, consecrated, and cultivated by one of the two mastering spirits. Of course, the two mastering spirits is the Holy Spirit on the right, the Holy Spirit of righteousness. Jesus is Holy Spirit. Okay, that's why I put it on the right, because it's righteousness. And then the left side is Satan's spirit, which is the spirit of sin, the unclean spirit the Bible talks about, and the people are getting possessed by unclean spirits. Um, the original unclean spirit is sin in the spiritual realm. Sin is a spiritual being. That's why it requires payments. Um, Revelation talks about her, refers to her as a woman. In the spiritual realm, there is no gender. No one has sex in the spiritual realm. It's not creepy like that. But spirits in the spiritual realm are feminine, and souls in the spiritual realm are masculine. But they they don't have intimacy, like physical intimacy like we do here on Earth, or you know, in the natural realm, I guess you can say. So anyway, those 3 Earths, the Lord is explaining to me how our heart is the earth, is the eternal earth. Our body is the temporary earth. And then planet Earth is the permanent earth. Something permanent has a beginning and an end. Um, but, you know, it has a beginning and an end. I mean, um, the body is temporary. You know, let's just give it a generous amount, 120 years. But planet Earth was there before Sandra. Even if I live 120 years, planet Earth will be there after Sandra. And then, of course, the eternal, eternity, there is no beginning, there is no end. It's timelessness, you know. I always constantly say that um, Jesus is limitless, flawless, and timeless. Because in the spiritual realm, um, there is no, in eternity, there is no beginning, there is no end. In the spiritual realm, it's black and white. It's either you're 100% pure evil or you're 100% pure righteous. I mean, it's not, there's no shading, there's no ambiguity. But in the natural realm, there is, you know, the Bible in Genesis talks about God made the sun and the moon. So he allowed us to have some shading, some contrast, you know. Um, so those two realms are very distinct, very different. The spiritual realm obviously came first, and the natural realm, um, nothing can be birthed in the natural realm without um, it first being birthed in the spiritual realm. Um, like this MacBook Pro, before it was on my lap here, it was birthed in the spirit. It was inspired. There was an inspirational. See how spirit is in that word? It was in the spirit first. Was first birthed in the spirit because it was an idea by man, inspired by something. I wonder what. Some spirit. All ideas, all styles, all strategies come from God. God's the creator. Unfortunately, Satan, evil, Satan's master, who happens to be sin, um, it can't create because it's a creation. All it can do is mimic, mock, and manipulate what God has already created. So, you know, if you like rock and roll, if you like hip hop, if you like reggae, if you like Latino music, if you like zouk, you know, it's all good. God likes it too because He's the creator of it. So, style and strategy all comes from God. Unfortunately, um, a lot of people focus on style and strategy and try to discern people. Well, I don't like the way they dress. I don't like the way they said that. We got to stay sensitive and sober to the Holy Spirit because God's style and strategy switches up. That's why He talks about new wineskin and old wineskin. You know, He'll bring a new style, new strategy. And if we're so stuck on preference, we'll miss what God's doing on this earth. And Pharisees and Sadducees had a problem with that because their identity was so tied to the old style and strategy of God. When Jesus came, they was not interested in getting born again, starting fresh, trusting God, fearing God, worshiping God. They already had their identity, their purpose, their agenda, and this new dude had to be killed because they were wrecking what they were preaching. They were preaching from their soul instead of their being spirit led by the Holy Spirit. And they were expecting this Messiah to come and fight the Romans. Bob, what are you doing? You don't have to. Don't plug it, dude. Don't plug it, please. Leave my iPad alone. Sorry about that. Anyway, God bless you. I love you. Jesus is Lord. Make Him Lord of your life today.